Hey guys, remember me? I started a channel, Denia Books and Bobbles, but it didn't work out for me by myself because I wasn't really motivated. But however, my friend here, Taylor, she decided to join me, and I was gonna be like a book team. We're gonna work together on this booktube, and we're gonna change the name of our channel now. It's gonna be Books and Buns, honey. So welcome, little book buns. And this channel is gonna be all about book discussions, and not only about like book reviews and like just book related stuff, but also book life, exactly, and everything that has to do with just the book world in general. But real quick, I want to introduce you to my new friend here, Taylor. I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions. If you guys want to know more about me, I already did that video on a previous video before. I'm gonna leave a link down below so you can see that over there. However, this is to know Taylor more, right? So Taylor, I guess we want to know a little bit more about you.
Oh god.
How old are you, Taylor? It's a simple question.
It's a simple question that I don't remember the answer to. No, I'm 26 and I can't even look at the camera. Because I'm like, oh my god, this isn't a camera, it's people.
She, how do I say this? She's really nervous because this is the first time, and I feel like, girl, it's just a camera. Like, I know people are going to be seeing you, but we have to upload and edit, so I'm telling her to relax, but it's going to take some time. So, why did you join BookTube?
Well, as you can see, I have insane social anxiety, which it is true, you would never guess from meeting me, because if I'm talking to you on a one-on-one, I'm not so bad, but if I'm thrust into a new situation with things that I don't really understand, I go from super extrovert to really introverted, and then I just mouth vomit everything.
The next question is, what is the meaning behind our channel name? That's an interesting question.
Oh, what is it? It's about your butt.
No. Okay, our channel name came up because one day we were eating Mexican food.
Yes.
We've known each other for a while now, you know? Telling him.
This is just new.
And we were like deciding to like do this BookTube channel, and we're like, what are we gonna call it?
And we didn't want to be cliche.
Exactly. So we were like so at a last for words for what we were gonna call it ourselves.
I think it took us an hour plus.
Pretty much. And then I started singing my Anaconda Don't Want Not Unless You Got Buns On, and then she was like, Books and Buns. I was like, it's working out for me. It's working out.
You know, I like Cinnabons too, so there's that.
There's that too, and I like buns too, you know what I mean?
Buns of steel.
Okay, the next question says, what type of books do you read or want to talk about here?
Oh my god. So I'm all about YA. Dania can tell you, I think I've read like one adult book in my entire life. And it's sad, I don't know why, I've just never been attracted to that world, and I should venture out, but I don't. But as far as YA goes, new adult, I don't care what it is. You throw me some sci-fi, some hardcore fantasy, some contemporary, and I'm all about life.
Next question says, what are some of your favorite authors?
So this is like a trick question. This is my least favorite question in the whole wide world, because it's like, do you mean like favorite personality-wise author, favorite writing author? Because I categorize them differently, but I guess J.K. Rowling is everybody's favorite author for the most part, especially people in my generation. I grew up, Harry Potter was the very first chapter book I ever read in my life. So J.K. Rowling, Sarah J. Maas, God, who doesn't love her? I mean,
life, man.
And she's more new adult, but I mean, her sexy time taught me a whole new thing about myself. I mean, is this appropriate to say? Because I have kinks I didn't know existed. Yes, I mean, there's so many more, but Cassandra Clare, she was one of the first teen books I'd ever read, and Dave can tell you, I have tattoos dedicated to her all over my body. That's a different discussion. Yeah, there's so many, and there's so many new authors. You guys, new authors are the stuff. New authors, debut authors, you just give them a chance. They're great.
You have to. Next question says, what's the last book you read?
Like finished?
Yeah.
I want to say that it was The Edge of Everything by Jeff Giles. It was so good. If you don't mind insta-love, because there are some serious insta-love, but get past the insta-love. I know there's a lot of you out there who hates insta-love. Get past the insta-love, because the book was fantastic. It actually comes out on the 30th of this month.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yes. And he's great. Just as far as like authors that talk to to their audience. He's great about it. I'm gonna have to miss his book signing, and I'm so bummed about that. And so I reached out and was like, is there any place I can, buy a signed edition? And he hit me right back and was like, I'm going to my publishing team because I'm not sure, but I'm sure there's something we can figure out for you. And I just felt like, especially when you're a new author, that's something that's really important.
It is.
His social interaction with everybody.
And next question says, what are you currently reading?
I'm reading Because You'll Never Meet Me by Lee Thomas. Again, I'm late to the game on this one. I don't want to say it's a contemporary read because from what I've seen in the reviews and kind of what I'm picking up as I read it, it doesn't really seem like it's going to stay on that contemporary route. I picked it up because I was lucky enough to get my hands on the advanced reader edition of the second book to the series. So far so good. It's written in two different perspectives, and it's pen pals. So we're not really seeing their story so much as we're reading their story from their perspectives. It's letters, so it's done in letters. It's written really well, and it's a 14-year-old boy and a 16-year-old boy going on 17, and they both have different illnesses. One has a pacemaker and he's blind. Gotta read it to find out what the quotation marks are about. And then the other one is literally allergic to electricity. So he lives in the woods and he can't go anywhere and he doesn't really know anybody and he considers himself a hermit. So far I am completely enthralled and I can't believe it's taken me this long to read it.
Oh, that's so nice. Next question says, show us your current TBR pile. And I think that has to be another video because, Jesus.
My TBR pile is epically huge in retrospect if you think about how many books I haven't read. I currently have so many arcs to get through that I've put myself on a book ban as far as reading anything other than those. So my TBR pile, I don't have one. If I have a series or an author who has multiple different books, like Sarah Dinson, Our Rainbow.
Rainbow?
Yes. All of her books have to be together. So a TBR pile wouldn't really work for me, and I'm really curious to know how you guys do your TBR. I know a lot of people have shelves dedicated to their TBR, and does that not make you go crazy? It would make me go absolutely crazy to have my books discombobulated, and I would stay up all night just thinking about how my shelf is not proper right now. And I know there's like TBR jars. I don't know if you've seen those. They write the list, like write the names of their TBR and pull it out of a jar, and then that's the book they have to read. But that wouldn't work for me because if I pulled something I didn't want to read, then I would be like 12 years later, so it just wouldn't work for me.
So next question says, which books do you prefer? Hardcover paperbacks, ebooks, or physical books, or owning or borrowing?
Okay, well, no borrowing. I praise the people who can go to a library and check a book out and give it back. I would have a serious meltdown and cry and not want to give this woman her book back, and then I would never be allowed in the library again. As far as that goes, I do prefer at least paper. I do read ARCs on my Kindle, and I do have a couple books that I just buy on Kindle. I can't pass up a $1.99 deal, like who can? And I like to have both. I like a hard copy so I can, read it in my normal days, and then the e-copy so I'm never without my book and I don't have 15 books like weighing me down in my purse.
Yeah.
But as far as that goes, I don't mind. I'm not one of those people who are super about it. My Sarah J. Maas, my Tog books, I have 3 paperback and the rest hardback, and it doesn't bother me too much to have the, mismatch the way I think it does other people. As long as my bookshelf still looks cute, I really don't mind.
How did you discover BookTube?
Okay, again, just one of those awkward panda moments that I have. I'm really ashamed to say that technology and all of that is not new to me, but like the book technology world is new to me. So Bookstagram and Twitter, all of that, I just got into it, and so I hate to admit it, but Carve the Mark was the first time I watched a BookTube video. I was looking for a way to pronounce the names. There's no pronunciation guide in the finished copy, but I was lucky enough that Denia scored an ARC for it, so I got to read it ahead of time, and so of course there was no pronunciation guide in there, and so I'm desperately all over the internet trying to find one, and a BookTube video of a review for it popped up, and so that's the first BookTube video I ever watched, and I'd like to say it helped me pronounce the names, but we were all still wrong. All still wrong. It's always going to be wrong. Is it Thuv, Thuves, Thuvius? I don't know. I still don't know.
And the last question is, how can we find you in social media wise?
Okay, well, so my social media, I do a blog. It's run through WordPress, so it's Forever Bound by Books. And then I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram. All of that's going to be dropped below, but it's Taylor Tree Reads for most of them, or Taylor Tree Read. You can typically find me that way.
My social media, it's I have like a Bookstagram, but I don't use that as much as I use my personal one, and I'm gonna link all of that below. I do run a WordPress blog. However, I do most of my reviews on Goodreads, so I'm gonna link that too.
Yeah, I do Goodreads too.
And yeah, that's everything. Anything else you want to add to the camera today? No. If you guys want to know anything else about us, just let us know in the comment down below. And I don't know, thank you guys for watching so much. Make sure you like and subscribe this video. And before we leave, we want to let you know about...
Here I go, sitting beside you. Being awkward again. So yeah, like, subscribe, do all of that good stuff that she was talking about. Eventually, you guys will not see me look like I'm going to break out in hives by talking to you. I swear to God, one day it'll change. I just want to give a quick shout out to City of Saints and Thieves. I believe it is out today, so it'll definitely be out by the time this video gets uploaded. You need it in your life. Natalie C. Anderson, it's her debut novel. It's set in freaking Africa. They travel to Congo. The characters are so rich and so diverse that I forgot that I was reading a book and just really like fell inside of it. And you know, like I just want to, you know, make out with this book. The characters, there's love, but it's mostly a kind of thriller mystery story.
Oh,
and
awesome.
the whole theme of it is dirt, money, blood.
Okay, that's so
yeah.
cool. So make sure you grab a copy of that whichever bookstore you have. If you don't have a bookstore, order it online, honey. You got to get your hands on this book, honey.
Get it.
Thank you guys for watching very much. I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Now we can shake our buns or something?
Oh, yeah. Oh my God, yes! Shake the buns, shake the buns. And the glasses fall off.
My boobs are gonna fall off.
My boobs won't. That's why we're not books and boobs.
That's why books and buns makes sense because of the buns.
The buns.
The buns in our head, guys. Come on,
Buns,
focus.
not the bun. Because I don't have one of those either.
Focus on you. This is the main part.
Keep your eyes on my buns.